No question who run it. Run it, 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 run it.
All right, welcome back to On the Rise podcast show. Today we're here with Rob. How are you doing, Rob? I just want to know a little bit about you and where you come from.
Thank you, Chris. Fantastic to meet you. So I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I host an afternoon political talk show, and I now have my own podcast called Equal Matters.
Oh, Equal Matters. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's like that. So conversation is where we're equal.
Okay.
It matters when we listen to each other.
That's beautiful because I've always said that concept is like, well, I'm going to get a little into something though. It's like Greek mythology way of loving. I teach you, you teach me, and I shut the fuck up and let you teach me because I care about what you have to say.
Yeah.
And that's how you show genuine love.
And where you came from and what decisions you made to get you to where you're at, right? Because we all have that little lineage of we did this instead of that, and here we are in the present moment.
Well, tell me, how did you get to being where you're at today?
Great question. Trial and error. It really came down to this, Chris, willingness.
Willing?
I was willing to do what other people in my profession weren't. I was willing to move. I was willing to get up early. I was willing to work 30 days in a row. Whatever required me to gain skills, I just did.
Correct. Did it come easy? Because a lot of people have this misconception that somehow it happened for him overnight.
Yeah.
One day he was doing nothing, and then now look at him today.
See, I had a little overnight success story. 25, I got my first talk show, which is pretty young.
Oh, yeah.
But then I was in New Orleans, and Hurricane Katrina happened, and the whole station got destroyed. So the job disappeared. And then I had to move to a small town in northwest New Mexico as a little trial and tribulation, a little lesson in humility, if you will, because it was almost too easy. And it was like, oh, no, that was just a little blip. And then it was the scratch and claw again.
Right, the scratch and claw again, having to acclimate to the industry from the bottom, because here on the Rise, that's a lot of businesses are on the I wouldn't say the bottom, but learning that learning curve on how to not only do what you do, but make what you do make you some money. How do I do what I do and still pay my bills?
Yep, and it's the big challenge, right? Because you have a calling, I have a calling, you probably have a calling. While we're standing here right now, you got to do all those little things. Like we're here at this conference and learn all these skills and all these things. It's a job. Like building a podcast is a business.
It's not just. Yeah, a lot of people think it's just a lot of talking. It's not as easy as it sounds.
That's the fun part.
Put the work in, and I think that is the greatest message of this whole back and forth is putting the work in, staying consistent. I mean, how long have you been doing this again?
I'm 25 years in at this point. I got some striped age on my hair right there.
He's got some age on it. That is brilliant. Well, Rob, I appreciate you.
Thank you, Chris.
And I appreciate your time. I know how valuable time is,
no
and
doubt.
I appreciate you giving it to me.
This was a good exchange of time right here, I think.
Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, man, you're really genuine.
Thank you.
Hey, back to On the Rise podcast show. I'm here with Dan. And Dan, tell me a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what do you do?
Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. My name is Danalia. I'm the COO of the Speaker Lab, so the Chief Operating Officer. I live out in Newark, Delaware. I've been with the company about 2 years, and we are a company that helps aspiring speakers build their professional speaking business.
Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
So I've been speaking on the side a little bit for about 6 or 7 years myself.
Okay.
Been part of the company for almost 2 now, and we've helped thousands of speakers get their message out to the world, which is the most important thing because we truly believe that everyone has a message to share. And if we can play our own part in helping them share their message, it's a ripple effect out into the world.
Well, I have to ask, has it always been easy to have the confidence to be able to do what you do as a job?
Oh, heck no, man. Like, imposter syndrome is such a real thing. And so we talk about this a lot with our speakers because a lot of folks come in and they're like, why should anybody listen to me? And a lot of what we do within the Speaker Lab and the training programs that we sell is that we give the confidence and the clarity of message so that the speaker has more energy and effort and clarity to go in and confidently say that I can make a change in the problem that you have.
Correct.
So
how did you, would you say, gain that confidence to become this amazing speaker you are today?
Oh, I stumbled and screwed up a lot, and then and then you spend a lot of time reflecting, and you have a good network of people who you believe in, who tell you the truth. People is the key, man. If you surround yourself with good people who know you and can give you feedback, and you're open to feedback, I think that's a big thing that not a lot of people talk about.
That is a good thing, because I say that a lot. It's not necessarily what you know, it's who you know, but not just who you know. How well do you know that person?
Exactly right, and do you trust that person, and do you have a relationship with that person where you can give and take, right, and then kind of work with each other together.
Damn, that was very beautiful, Dan.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
This is wrapping up for On the Rise podcast show. Thanks. Come again.
Thank you.
All right, ready? All right, welcome back to On the Rise podcast. Today I'm here with, what's your name?
Devante.
Devante. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Devante, where you're from and what you do.
Yes, sir. My name is Devante. I'm from originally St. Croix, Virgin Islands. Moved to Charlotte for a little bit, and now I'm in Atlanta. And I'm the head of technology for Disctopia.
Oh, Disctopia.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty, what is Disctopia?
Disctopia is a streaming platform geared towards independent creatives, networks, and businesses. So essentially, we kind of build something comparable to a Spotify, but for everyone else, I'll say.
For the independent guy.
For the independent guys, exactly.
I like that. That is actually brilliant. So what started you on that?
Meeting Patrick Hill. So he's the founder.
Okay.
I met him back in 2019. At that point in time, we're pretty heavy into music.
Yeah.
I came in, I said, we really need to get into podcasts.
Okay.
So we got into podcasts, we built that out, and then we said, why stop there? So we got into audiobooks, we got into video. We already had merchandising from being in music, because musicians understand the power of merchandising and tangible goods. So now what we've developed over the past 4 or 5 years is a full service platform to host, monetize, distribute, send your fans, let them support you all in one spot.
Right. Okay, well there's a misconception in the industry that a lot of this stuff just happens overnight.
It doesn't.
Tell me a little bit about what you've had to go through and experience in this industry.
It happens through a series of very long nights of no sleep, of frustration. Iterate that point.
Okay,
I want people to know.
Go ahead.
It is, nothing happens quick. It's only repetition. It's only perseverance, because all it is long nights. It's frustration. It's hard work. It's no sleep. It's blood, sweat, and tears. It takes 7 years to be an overnight success.
I hope everybody is really tracking what this man is saying.
If you're lucky, if you work hard.
It takes at least 7 years
to be an overnight success.
I appreciate your time.
Yes, brother.
Thank you again on the Rise podcast here at the convention show.
Shout out to Disctopia. Make sure you
and shout out to Disctopia. We're gonna make sure to put all that in the description when we sit up here and print everything up. It was a pleasure to meet you, brother. Thank you. Welcome back to On the Rise podcast. We are here with, what's your name?
My name's Jakie Coronado.
Jakie Coronado. She does?
I do photography, freelance, for about 10 years now, yeah.
Okay, where are you from?
San Diego, California.
San Diego?
Yeah.
Okay, and what brings you to this convention?
So I actually work for the podcast movement as a freelancer, and they flew me out, and we work with a team of 3 others as well, shooting photo, video, social media. It's really fun.
Okay, so do you enjoy what you do?
I do. I love it. I've honestly fought so hard to get to where I am today, and I just want to keep being creative.
I like to dig in a little bit more about like that, because everybody believes it happens like overnight.
Yeah, no.
So for you, was this an overnight situation?
Absolutely not. The 10 years involved working for 3 really terrible companies. It took a lot of sleepless nights, really low-paying gigs, and up until just kind of almost like I really tried to manifest itself into a better career. Last couple of years,
So
it works.
so for the last couple of years, you're saying things have got a lot better, and like what aspects? Would you say you're getting the gigs you want, or
Yes.
you're getting the pay you want?
I'm getting the gigs I want and the pay I want, and there are still those waves and everything, but you know, it's just about having that confidence to say no to not the best clients, low paying, working for free. Like that's no longer an option for me. So
Correct.
yeah, so it's great.
If you had any advice to give the 12-year-old you about how you got here, to get here sooner, what would you tell 12-year-old you?
Honestly, stop doubting yourself. Like that's, and as cheesy as that may be, it's just, it took so much self-doubt and imposter syndrome that delayed this journey, I think. And so I would just try to, you know, make that girl like fearless, as fearless as possible.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, where can people find you and your information at?
My website is www.jacquelinecoronado.com. It's JACQUELINE Coronado.com.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm on Instagram. You can find all my socials on there. So.
Most definitely. I'll make sure to put everything in the description.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Jackie,
Awesome.
and your
Yeah,
time.
thank you so
much. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you. It's awesome what you guys do. So
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
For real.
No question who run it, 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 run it. I'm running up a check right now, so I can't hear you, we too loud. Running up a check right now.